Hello, class. My name is Debbie Covert, and my community is Middletown, Delaware. Welcome to Middletown. Um, Middletown is located in Newcastle County. There are actually three counties in Delaware. There's Newcastle County, which is considered uh, like north of the canal, so North Delaware. And then there's Kent County and there's Sussex County. Kent County is considered more south, and Sussex County is actually like really far down. So, Middletown is the fastest growing town in the entire state of Delaware. Actually, before I moved to Middletown 5 years ago, we had started going to church in Middletown about 9 years ago. And it was really interesting because 9 years ago, when we first started going to church in Middletown, it was still, a small town, very country like, a lot of farm land, just a lot of land everywhere. A lot of back roads with no street lights whatsoever. Not a lot of stores. And since then, we have watched, so many stores be built. Like, we watched the Walmart be built, and Amazon, and, multiple chain restaurants, and just all types of things. And so many housing developments. It's like every time you turn around, they're building a new development. So the town is definitely growing. Actually, just a couple years ago, they had like one high school, two middle schools, and I think like three or four elementary schools. Now it's two high schools, it's three middle schools, it's like 5 or 6 elementary schools, 3 or 4 kindergarten centers. There's a lot of stuff going on, and actually they just passed a referendum to raise taxes so they can build more schools. So they are projected to build one more high school, 2 middle schools, and I believe it was 2 more elementary schools and 1 more kindergarten center by 2020. So it's a lot going on down here in Middletown. The demographics, I can get in a little bit closer. The population right now is estimated to be 20,372. As you can see, it is a predominantly white community with 60, rounded off, 62% white, 28% black, 7% Hispanic, 4% Asian, and 0.2% other races. I will say that Middletown is a very close-knit community. It's still a small community. Obviously it's growing, but it is small, and a lot of the residents, the older residents are very welcoming. The ones that been here for like ever, they're very welcoming. You have some that are a little bitter about the boost in population, and eventually they just end up moving. But for the most part, they're pretty welcoming to the people who relocate. So I was trying to get a lot of statistics, and it was really challenging because many of them were outdated. So this was like the most recent one that I could find that talks about the crime rate. I think reading this, it says like the index. Oh, well, as you can see, it's like 100. I get that is what means that there's a high crime rate. And as you can see, Middletown is in the blue, and it's kind of far away. you do see down here it says robbery risk. It kind of goes over, and I find that to be true because even though the crime rate is low, when crimes are reported, that is typically what we see. We see break-ins, whether it be in someone's home or in someone's car. If someone has robbed the convenience store, but again, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen often. It's not a lot of shootings that happen in Middletown. I think since we lived here, has been about 2 of them, and they were like isolated incidents. It had something to do with domestic violence. So that's that. And if you look at the median income, it is $93,767. And again, if you can see, that is also 2012. I'm not really sure if it's going up. I'm going back to the crime rate. I'm pretty sure that the crime rate has gone up with most places. When you see an influx of people and, you know, the population, you know, rising, crime rate will go up. For the formal organizations that are down here, we do have the Boys and Girls Club. The Boys and Girls Club has been around for years. It serves, anybody is welcome, but it seeks to serve children that are at youth that are at risk. It has subsidies for like camp and daycare for low-income families. Another thing that we have is the Appoquinimink State Service Center, and that is where, you know, people go for benefits, to apply for Medicaid, food stamps, anything like that. Any kind of services that you would need, you would go to the State Service Center. And then there is also the YMCA, which has been around again for years. This Y that is in Middletown is new, and it's actually only been up for a few months. And it's not even the full like Y. They're starting out with like a fitness center and a daycare, and with plans to expand to like the full YMCA with the pool and the gym and all the other things that they have. I think that's like a 5-year plan that they have. Again, the YMCA, it serves the community. So if you're, you know, low to moderate income, they have financial aid to kind of assist you, so you can be a part. They strive to make sure that everybody, regardless of your income, can all be a part of the YMCA. Some of the informal, well, one of the informal organizations that we have is the Our Town Watch. It is held every month without fail at the town of Middletown, which is the town hall building, and it's just the members come together and we just discuss better communication within the community, and coming up with different community events and things of that sort. We also they also have Crime Watch. They go over the statistics as far as the crime rate and how to you know, better protect your house and to look out for your neighbors, and things of that sort. They also have a really strong presence on Facebook. They have a residence page where you have to sign, you know, you have to request to be a member. And when someone accepts your invite, you can go in there. It's a lot of support on there. I see all kinds of things. People who may not have money to buy their child a prom dress, or someone's looking for their dog. They can't find their dog. Someone needs a babysitter. All of those things. Someone's looking for a job, and you go on there, and the community always seems to, you know, band together and help, you know, to the best of their ability, and they really do look out for each other. So based on the community assessment, I do believe that I live in a good neighborhood. I mean, in a good community. Because the community support each other. It is a relatively low crime rate, especially in comparison to the city and even some other suburbs. There's a lot of community events. The community always comes together and supports each other, and the school district is actually really good. So that is my community. Thank you for listening.